Good evening, friends. Welcome to Frontline Focus channel. Today we will discuss the latest news in the world of war and politics. As of September 30th, 2024, the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia has seen a significant development, with Russian forces occupying Nevske and making advances towards several key areas, including Novorodivka, Krylyakivka, Vadiane, Volodar, and Toretsk. Here's a breakdown of the situation based on historical context and recent developments. Nevske occupation. Nevske's occupation by Russian forces signifies a strategic gain, potentially providing a foothold for further advances into Ukrainian territory. Historically, control over small towns and villages has been pivotal in establishing supply lines and staging grounds for military operations. This occupation might disrupt Ukrainian logistics and communication in the region, complicating efforts to counter the advance. Advancement near Novorodivka. The Russian push towards Novorodivka indicates a tactical maneuver to consolidate control in areas critical for resource access and transportation routes. Given Novorodivka's position within the Donetsk region, a traditional hotspot in the conflict, its control could provide leverage for further military or negotiation advantages. Progress towards Krylyakivka. Movement towards Krylyakivka underscores an attempt to strengthen positions near the eastern Ukrainian front. Historically, this area has been less prominent in the conflict, suggesting a shift in Russian tactics to apply pressure on lesser defended fronts, potentially relieving Ukrainian forces elsewhere or exploiting weaker resistance. Approach to Vadiane. Vadiane's strategic significance lies in its proximity to major cities like Mariupol or highways leading to them, making it vital for securing transport corridors. Advancing near Vadiane may facilitate broader operations in the region, possibly as a preparatory move for encircling major urban areas or disrupting Ukrainian defensive setups. Advance near Volodar. Volodar has been contested territory in the past, due to its location on transport routes connecting major cities and industrial areas. Russian efforts here likely aim to disrupt the defense and supply lines crucial to Ukrainian troops on the southern front. This advance could indicate preparatory actions for larger operations targeting southern Ukraine. Encroachment on Toretsk. Near Toretsk, Russian forces seem to be pursuing strategic positions to apply pressure on the northern parts of Donetsk. Toretsk's proximity to frontline cities makes it a significant point for controlling northern access to the Donbass region. Historically, control here has fluctuated and is vital for influencing broader control dynamics in eastern Ukraine. Zelenskyy fails to achieve goals during U.S. visit. Wall Street Journal. The publication reports that the Biden administration did not approve Zelenskyy's victory plan, fearing further escalation. American officials were skeptical of the document and expressed a desire to know more details. The article notes that Zelenskyy's cold reception in the U.S. this week demonstrated that his options are becoming increasingly limited after 2.5 years of war. Zelenskyy on Putin's nuclear threats. He must fear using them. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy addressed recent nuclear threats made by Russian President Vladimir Putin, suggesting that Putin's love for his own life might deter him from using such weapons. In an interview with Fox News, Zelenskyy expressed uncertainty about Putin's intentions, remarking that no one truly knows what is in his head. He emphasized that a rational person would not have invaded Ukraine in the manner Putin did. Zelenskyy highlighted Putin's desire to control his and others' lives, stating this is why he believes Putin should fear deploying nuclear weapons. Israel poised for potential ground invasion in Lebanon. Israel may launch a ground invasion into Lebanon in the coming days, according to the Wall Street Journal. Former Israeli military official Amir Avivi described the invasion as inevitable. Israeli special forces have been conducting raids in southern Lebanon, collecting intelligence in preparation for a possible ground offensive, which could occur this week. During these operations, fighters are entering Hezbollah tunnels along the Lebanon-Israel border. These actions are part of a broader strategy to weaken Hezbollah's military capabilities at the border. However, Timelines for ground operations may shift under U.S. pressure, and Israel's exact plans remain unclear. The duration of any territory held, or whether the operation will include a series of major raids, is also unknown. Avivi highlighted that current raids are preparatory, as Israel prepares actively for potential ground actions involving special units. Trump on Ukraine war. Agreement will be fair. In a recent interview, Donald Trump discussed his relationship with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy and his plans to end the war in Ukraine. Trump, a U.S. presidential candidate, promised support for Ukraine if elected. He stated that Russian President Vladimir Putin would not have launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine during his administration, attributing the timing to the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021. Trump criticized European countries for not contributing equally to NATO, stressing that the EU should match U.S. defense spending. He highlighted the vulnerability of nations like Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia due to their proximity to the conflict. Regarding Zelenskyy, Trump expressed admiration, recalling Zelenskyy's supportive stance during Trump's impeachment proceedings. After meeting Zelenskyy, Trump emphasized their mutual desire for a fair resolution to the war, suggesting that more U.S. aid could be considered if Russia refuses peace. The Insider, Navalny poisoned in prison, documents reveal. An investigation by The Insider, a Russian independent media outlet, reveals that opposition leader Alexey Navalny's death in an Arctic penal colony in February resulted from poisoning. The review of hundreds of official documents disclosed conflicting accounts of his death. Initially, documents indicated Navalny experienced severe stomach pain, vomiting, and convulsions before losing consciousness after leaving his cell. But these details were omitted in later records provided to his widow, Yulia Navalnaya, which cited arrhythmia as the cause of death. Dr. Alexander Polypin, who previously treated Navalny after his 2020 Novichok poisoning, stated that arrhythmia could not explain Navalny's symptoms. The investigation also referenced a list of items for examination, including vomit samples, which were not mentioned in the final reports on Navalny's death.